course, cup. Go to Tesco's, your local, whatever country you're in, food store, and just get a fistful of these spoons. They're free and they're easy and they're convenient. So your normal epoxy on eBay, cheapest you can find, 2-to-1. All that means is however much you put of this in, half it, and then put that much in. So if I put 5 in here, no, let me make it easier. If I put 6 kg or kilogram, whatever, 6 drops or whatever of this in here, half that, 3 of this. So I'm gonna be doing this in, oh sorry, so if I put 6 grams of this, I put 3 of this. So anything you put of the big one, you half it and you put this one in. Okay, once you put the cup on, you have to hit this button again, reset. It zeroes out the cup and everything goes back to 0, 0. I'm gonna put, I don't know, about 6. I'm gonna put 6 of this in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm a little bit higher than 6. I'm at 6.4, but it's okay. I'll just put another little dribble of this in. So I can reset it by hitting reset, or if you're no good at maths, 9, but I'm just gonna hit reset. So everything's 0, 0'd. And then I put 3 of this in. 1, 1, 9, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2.5, 2.6, 3, 3.3. That's okay. Alright, that's done. Then mix the bugger up. Okay, nice little mixy. You can get these disposable cups from any one of your Tesco's or Morris, whatever country you're in, 7-Eleven, Walmart, what's in Thailand, I don't know. Every cup, anyway, every cup has the disposable, every place has these disposable cups. Highly recommend getting them, only like 4 or 5 quid for like 1,000. Okay, mixing it all that up, it's looking good to me. Then, okay, so this is of course silica, literally epoxy silicone powder. This is good. And of course this is micro balloons. These are 2 things that are used to thicken epoxy. You can get it in white. Unfortunately they sent me the brown, orange, ready version. This stuff is so light and it's very thickening. I'm gonna put a spoon of this in. Thicken this up. Might put a little bit more in actually of the micro balloons. Might as well, got loads of it. Also I'm experimenting as well. Ooh, that's way thicker. Nice. Now the consistency is way more gloopy. Keep going a little bit more because I could see some balloons that haven't been mixed. If you have white and you want to keep it black, and if you have brown and you want to keep it black, throw some of this in. Oh, this is a salt and pepper shaker. Once you run out of pepper, very convenient. I'm gonna mix that in now. So the micro balloons and silica. And I should, hopefully, Grab yourself some clear plastic bag, whatever, but clear much better. Black bin bag's okay, but clear plastic. And then you just kind of wrap it up however you want. And then what you do is you kind of move the epoxy around however you see fit to create a nice smooth surface, like so. The bag might crinkle, might look a mess, and it's some areas where you want to add some more. Just peel it away. Be careful not to make a mess because it is sticky as hell. I'm gonna put some in there. Okay, let that area sit down. Let that area come over. There we go. Just keep smoothing it as best as I can. Best I can. Now I need to get a heater on it. Be right back. Okay, so with the parts all done, you can leave it inside for 24 hours, but seriously, ADHD, come on man, I can't, no. So grab yourself a heater, get some heat on it. So you can leave it in a room temperature place for like 5, 6, 7 hours, longest 24 hours, goes rock solid. The advantage to that is though, it cures slowly and you get less dribs and less moving around. Everything, it's a lot more consistent, uniform. When you give it a heat kick, what I've noticed is the solid liquid, or well, thick liquid goes runny very quickly and it starts to just runny everywhere, runs around. So if you tape it all up, you can keep it all in or just sand all the crap off later. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm gonna give it a heat kick. Keep it like a meter, sorry, I don't know what that is, a meter maybe? Keep it like fingers length away, let some heat get on. Then when I come back, I'm gonna flip it and do the same. It should be cured in about an hour. So see you till then. So I'm back to check on this. It's been a little longer than an hour. It's been like an hour and a half. Little trick to knowing if it's dried or not. When you peel away the plastic, if it comes away very easily as such, without any residue, she's dry. And then if it is still a bit lumpy, bumpy, you can just push it all back on, throw a bit of tape on there if you want, but by the time it's kind of still tacky, it's already gone slightly solid, so it's not going to move around that much. But if it peels away, nice and easy. You see there, you're still getting some little sticky bits. They just haven't cured as much, but there, as you can see, can you see there, like as it's coming away, you can still see it's a bit goopy. So what I'll do is I will put this back halfway, like so, like that, cut the remainder off, like that, and then push it back on. And then after I've opened that one, I'm gonna put it back in front of the heat for another about 10-20 minutes, half an hour again, and then she'll be fully cured. Ooh, nice. Super nice. Even nicer. Super clean. I think this mark is just from some that was on the other side of the plastic after I taped it on, but also that's cured as well, so that's wicked. And as you can see, she's still a bit tacky, still a bit sticky. That generally happens, but it's okay. I'm gonna put gonna put it back in front of the heater for another half an hour, 20 minutes. Now, again, as I said before, if this peels off, you know it's dry. Ah, beautiful. It's out. Wow, nice. Some bits crumbling away, but that's just because the plastic was in the way. So now I'm gonna sand it all these bumps away that's left by the plastic. I'm not gonna waste your time with sanding, so I'll be right back. Still a bit bumpy in spots, but I was only just sanding it down to get a bit of the high spots and you know, big bumps and stuff. So it's still a bit of voids. I could go back and add more filler in there, if you can see there, like some really deep crevices and stuff and a little bit marks and stuff. But as I said before, I'm gonna be wrapping it with carbon, and then when that's wrapped over it, it's gonna, like, I'm just gonna use this as an example. As I'm wrapping it over, it will cover up a lot of the discrepancies and the bumps and stuff. So I don't think it's that important. So now I'm gonna clean it up a little, and then I'm gonna wrap some carbon around it.